May I now invite Professor Felix Wilfred, the editor of the Oxford Handbook of Christianity in Asia, to deliver the welcome address.
Hearty welcome to every one of you to this function of the release of the Oxford Handbook of Christianity in Asia. I would like to welcome, in the name of all of you, the dignitaries on the dais. We are immensely honored that His Excellency, the Governor of Tamilnadu and the Chancellor of the University, Dr. K. Rosaiah, graciously accepted our invitation to be our chief guest and release the book. Decades of his public service have been devoted to the well-being of the people. He served many years as minister in the erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh in charge of different portfolios including transport, finance, power, higher education, handloom, textiles, and legislative affairs. What particularly distinguishes His Excellency is that he has been the Minister of Finance for a number of years. 16 times he presented the budget at the State Assembly of Andhra Pradesh, of which 7 times consecutively. He also served as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh before taking charge as the Governor of Tamilnadu. He was elected to the Lok Sabha and served in various parliamentary committees. It is indeed a rare privilege, and we are overwhelmed that His Excellency, the Governor himself, has come over to release the Oxford Handbook of Christianity in Asia, which we take it as an expression of his deep interest in the academic study and research. The Honorable Vice Chancellor will express our deep sentiments of appreciation by honoring His Excellency with a shawl, bouquet, and memento. Welcome to His Eminence Oswald Cardinal Gracious. He is by academic qualification a canon lawyer with a doctoral degree in the subject. He has held important administrative positions in the Archdiocese of Mumbai and has been earlier Archbishop of Agra. He is the President of the Federation of Asian Bishops' Conferences and is conversant with the situation of Christianity in Asia from one end to the other, from Palestine to Japan. Pope Benedict XVI elevated him to the rank of cardinal, and as such is a member of the collegium that elects the Pope in the conclave. Pope Francis has chosen him as one of his 8 advisors. As such, he has the singular privilege of having direct access to the Pope, something even heads of nations cannot imagine. We are proud that a son of India is occupying such an exalted position internationally. I welcome His Eminence very heartily in the name of all of you. Professor Tandavan has been for a long time a colleague and friend, and now the Honorable Vice Chancellor. A lot could be said about his academic credentials, into which I do not want to go now. Maybe I can point out 2 facts which tell us a lot about him. There has been no committee or board in this university in which Professor Tandavan was not a member. Such was his contribution even before he assumed the charge of Vice Chancellor. There are over 1,000 faculty and employees in this university spread out in 5 campuses. It is no exaggeration to say that he knows every one of them personally and by name, from the faculty till the last employee, and has interacted with each one of them at one time or other. He combines in his administration rational and bureaucratic approach with personal touch and charisma which has endeared him to one and all. It's an administration with human face. In the name of all of you, I extend a warm welcome to Professor Tandavan to this book release function. Welcome to Archbishop Chinnappa, former Archbishop of Madras, Mylapore, and a distinguished alumnus of the university. Welcome to Archbishop Felix Machado of Rosaiah and Bishop Devasayam and other dignitaries who have graced the function of this evening. Welcome the faculty and students from various departments of the university and many distinguished guests. Hearty welcome to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for your welcome address. May I now invite His Eminence Oswald Cardinal Gracious, President of FABC and Archbishop of Mumbai, to address the gathering.
Your Excellency the Governor, dear Vice Chancellor Sir, my dear Father Felix Wilfred, and dear brothers and sisters. It's a great joy for me, an honor really, to be here this afternoon as you release this book, this Handbook of Christianity in Asia. I have not seen the book as yet because it's yet to be released, so I cannot comment on the book. But I think it's a very formidable task. Asia and Christianity have got, I would think, deep links, although people would not immediately see it. Jesus Christ was an Asian. He was born in Asia. Although Christianity is often seen as a religion from the West, really it's from Asia because he was born in the Holy Land in Israel. And I think that it was because of historical circumstances and political circumstances that the headquarters went to Rome and carried on from over there over the centuries. I think that Christianity and Asia are also linked because when one looks at Asia, I would think particularly of our dear country, India. We see it as the cradle of so many religions which have begun over here. And I'm often asked, is there an Asianness in Asia? What is Asia? Is there an Asianness? Yes and no. But one of the elements of the Asianness of Asians is that we are spiritual people. There is a certain depth of spirituality in the Asian psyche, in the Asian mentality. Every religion has its doctrine, has its rituals, but in Christianity it is the person of Jesus Christ that is most important and central. And if you look at the teachings of Jesus Christ, I would think, I'm reflecting, I'm sharing with you, I would think that the Beatitudes, when Christ spoke of blessed are the poor in spirit, the meek, the kind, the peacemakers, those who suffer for justice and who strive for justice, and his commandment of love for God and love for neighbor are really everything that encapsulates what Jesus taught and wanted us to do. In the Beatitudes he gave priorities, and in the commandments he told us to love. But this love has got to be a love which is shown in service. And that, I think, is the essence of the Christian faith, to be serving everybody. And the task of Christians, I think, in the world is to get this not only themselves, but to make this spirit of service spread all over. To make a spirit of service which is not only a duty of Christians, but of all of humanity. To make the whole of humanity one family of brothers and sisters. We in Asia have taken, after much reflection, our priorities as a priority for dialogue. The FABC, the Federation of Asian Bishops' Conferences, have spoken of a dialogue with religions, dialogue with cultures, and dialogue with the poor. Dialogue with religions because there is good in every religion. And I think that very often it is thought that religion divides us, but if you look deep, there is much more that unites religions, and the commonalities are much more than the differences very often. And therefore, the dialogue with religion should bring this out. The dialogue with cultures, so that Christianity can learn from other cultures, and other cultures can learn from Christianity. And the dialogue with the poor, because that is our context of Asia, the large amount of the population. And this is what really is our mandate. I think that this will come out in the book of Felix Wilfred and the book he has worked on. It's a mammoth task that they have done. All of us are looking forward to it. I want to express my gratitude to him, to all the collaborators, to have done really a tremendous service to scholars, to the Christians who want to study about the religion, but I think to society in general, to be able to understand not only the contribution of a particular religion, Christianity, but to be able to understand the role of religion in society and in the world. This is essential, this is important, this I think will transform the world. Father Felix, thank you so much, congratulations, and God bless you.
Thank you, Your Eminence. May I now invite Professor Dr. R. Thandavan, the Vice Chancellor, University of Madras, to deliver the presidential address.
Most respected, revered His Excellency Governor of Tamilnadu and Chancellor of University of Madras, most respected, revered His Eminence Archbishop of Mumbai, most respected, revered my colleague, Head of Department of Christian Studies, Dr. Patrick, most respected, revered celebrity Professor, my good friend, Professor Felix, most respected, revered Registrar of this University, Controller of Examination of this University, Principals of various colleges, members of the Syndicate, Senate, Academic Council, faculty members, research scholars, PG students, friends from media, invitees, ladies and gentlemen, once again, my proud good evening to all of you. Friends, just a word about the university to His Excellency and other dignitaries on the dais, of the dais. All of you know that this is the oldest university in this part of India. This is one of the three premier universities along with the University of Mumbai and Calcutta, started in 1857, have 73 departments. The unique of this great university is, this is the only university which has the School of Religious Studies. We have the Department of Christian Studies along with it, Saivism, Vaishnavism, Jainism and Islamic Studies. We have two Department of Christian Studies. In 1983, when the university is celebrating 125th celebration, they have started these religious studies. Even before this, my mentor, former Chief Minister MGR, started a department, unique department of Tamil Christian Studies, literature, Christian literature. So we have, this university has two departments with regard to Christian studies. Friends, one of the greatest modern Indian philosophers, the former President of India and the legendary alumni of our university, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, consider religion as a blessing. He has written this in his book, Religion in a Changing World. Religion dreams of a society in which there is non-violence and unselfishness, whereas love and law are one. To that end, religions promote love, passion, compassion, tolerance, understanding towards one another. It is a hopeful sign that religious feel they have responsibility to the world of mankind and not merely to their own other end. Friends, Unlike our His Eminence Bishop of Mumbai, I had the opportunity to go through this book, glimpses of this book. Nevertheless, it is yet to be released. I don't want to talk about the content of this book. Nevertheless, nothing wrong in it, saying the chapters. The first chapter, mapping of Asian Christianity. Second chapter, cross-cultural flows and Asian movements in Asian Christianity. Third one deals about Asian Christianities and social cultural process. Fourth, Asian Christianity in interaction with Asian religions. Fifth chapter, some future trajectories of Asian Christianities. The book is going to be released. The Oxford Handbook, Christianity in Asian, explore whether and how the Christianity was a blessing in Asia, and conclude that a religion, in this case Christianity, can be seen positively only when it gets involved with the people's life, addresses their questions arising from the respective socio-political and cultural process being placed in their lives, and thus enhance the overall well-being of the people. What I like most about the book is that it beautifully highlights the cultural encounters, theoretical interactions, and spiritual learning that took place between different religions in Asia. In this context, the book underlined and reinstated that the fact that no religion ever remained an isolated island, but always grew in conversation with surrounding culture and religious tradition. That said, I considered this handbook as significantly relevant for our contemporary world, as it persuasively calls for openness, enlightened knowledge, and mutual understanding about and between religious traditions. Indeed, they are important key to resolve communal conflict, and that thereafter our global world today. I also want to congratulate my good friend, Professor Dr. Felix Wilfred, for this great work and another milestone in his academic career. To be commissioned by well-renowned Oxford University Press to write a book that deals with contemporary issues and current trend of a particular field is a great honor which comes to very select scholars. I am immensely delighted to note that Dr. Felix Wilfred belonging to this exclusive club of high-level academic scholars, and this honor is involvement of his international renown. Professor Felix, you have made the university proud of you, and your dedication and single-minded commitment to research and the scholarship continue to remain a vibrant source of inspiration for your young faculty members. On this occasion, we would like to assure you of our support in your endeavor, and also want to thank you for your continued support to the academic life in the Department of Christian Studies and also the University of Madras. Friends, it is a very great opportunity for me to share the dais with His Excellency and His Eminence Archbishop of Mumbai, as just now mentioned. Archbishop is one among the 80 members to elect the great Pope. I owe this position to my parents for their good work. I am the Vice Chancellor of this great university, appointed by His Excellency to share the dais with His Excellency and Archbishop, and former and present Archbishop adorned this honoring. Particularly, when I assumed office, I had went to Archbishop of Madras, Father Chinnappa, and seeking his blessings. Immediately after assuming office, I was seeking the support, help, blessings, prayer, not only for me but also the University of Madras. With these few words, I thank once again, joining with Felix and Patrick, welcoming His Excellency and all other dignitaries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. We now turn to the important moment of the program. I now invite His Excellency, the Governor of Tamilnadu, the Vice Chancellor of the University, the Chancellor of the University of Madras, Dr. K. Rosaiah, to release the Oxford Handbook of Christianity in Asia. The first copy of the handbook will be received by His Eminence, Oswald Cardinal Gracious. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Madras receives a copy. His Grace Chinnappa, the former Archbishop of Madras Mylapore, also receives a copy. May I request His Excellency, the Governor of Tamilnadu, to honor Professor Wilfred, the editor of the book, with the memento. His Excellency also will give away tokens of appreciation to the secretaries of Professor Wilfred, Ms. Nirmal Antonidas and Ms. Josephine Pakiam for their assistance in the project of the handbook. Now, His Excellency, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, the Chancellor of the University of Madras, Dr. K. Rosaiah, will deliver his address.
Professor Dr. R. Thandavan, Vice Chancellor, University of Madras. Sri Oswald Cardinal Gracious, President, Federation of Asian Bishops Conferences and Archbishop of Mumbai. Professor Dr. Felix Wilfred, editor of the book. Dr. G. Patrick, head in charge, Department of Christian Studies. Faculty, staff and students, distinguished invitees, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to release the Oxford Handbook of Christianity in Asia, edited by Professor Dr. Felix Wilfred, former professor and head, Department of Christian Studies, University of Madras, and address this distinguished gathering here this evening. India is a home to many religions. The Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism originated in India. The Confucius and Taoism in China, Zoroastrianism in Iran, and Christianity at Palestine, and Islam in Arabia. The paths may be different, but the message of all religions is unity, love and compassion, and leading true and moral life. True knowledge of religion breaks down the barrier between faiths, cultivation of tolerance, and assimilation of faiths will create in us an understanding and promote the spirit of universal brotherhood. Lord Jesus Christ said, I quote, "The word of which I speak unto you, it is spirit and it is life." Unquote. The philosophy of Christianity is a way of life, a moral and disciplined way of life, filled with love and compassion. Christian mission is not only association with spiritual activity, like preaching of gospel, but it also extends further and reaches out to the people through its works of charity, education, healthcare, etc. The author, Professor Dr. Felix Wilfred, deserves commendation for his wonderful work and his significant contribution in bringing out the edited version of the Oxford Handbook of Christianity in Asia. Since the birth of 21st century, we have been experiencing globally a different type of war, a mind war caused by rampant conflicts between religions, traditions, and ideologies, conflicts that often arise out of sheer ignorance about others and lack of deeper knowledge about oneself. Resolution of conflicts, enlightening our minds, and broadening our vision is imperative. I congratulate the Department of Christian Studies, University of Madras, for moving in the right direction and setting itself as a pioneer religious studies department in India by engaging in the scientific study of religions from an interdisciplinary perspective, in contrast to the traditional psychological, theological approach to the study of religion. The Oxford Handbook of Christianity in Asia, edited by Professor Felix Wilfred, is yet another strong evidence to showcase how such an approach can result in the exploration of multifaceted aspects of religious universities in Asia. I am sure through its scientific approach, this book will help one to overcome popular misconceptions about the origin, purpose, and the present functioning of Asian Christianities. The book illustrates how different forms of Christianity have evolved in Asia, incorporating within itself the varying local cultures and traditions. It also demonstrates how Christianity has had a considerable impact on socio-cultural values and process of Asia. Christianity in Asia has been instrumental towards the growth of modernity, democracy, and human rights traditions. The pioneering work of Christian schools, colleges, and hospitals for the development of India deserves a special mention. What seems most important and relevant in the handbook is the section on Christianity's efforts to forge interfaith dialogue with the other great religious traditions of Asia, such as Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Confucianism. Even though we are members of different faiths and nations, we must dedicate ourselves to develop a kind of equilibrium in respect for other faiths and uphold the fact that religion of humanity is above all religions. We are proud to say that we are the citizens of a great nation which has a hoary past and a rich legacy. Let us not leave any room to destabilize our unity in the name of religion. A mature understanding of various religious traditions and their inter-religious relationships is particularly important in today's world, which is witnessing a growing sense of religious intolerance. The documentation made on interfaith dialogue is a huge contribution to religious harmony in Asia. I congratulate Professor Dr. Felix Wilfred, the editor, for this monumental work. I thank the Department of Christian Studies in the University of Madras for facilitating this important function to create a wider awareness about the handbook, for promoting the interdisciplinary study of religions and interreligious understanding and harmony. I convey my warm felicitations to Professor Dr. R. Thandavan, Vice Chancellor, University of Madras, Professor Dr. Felix Wilfred, Editor of the book, Dr. G. Patrick, Head of the Department of Christian Studies, and to all those who are involved in this noble task. I conclude with the following words. I quote, "Let us unite to strengthen the bonds of universal brotherhood and uphold human values, crossing all barriers." Unquote. My greetings to you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I now request and invite Father Dr. Patrick, Head in charge of the Department of Christian Studies, to deliver vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Tamilnadu, our chief guest today, Dr. K. Rosaiah, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Madras, President of this gathering, Professor Dr. R. Thandavan, Your Eminence, Oswald Cardinal Gracious, a guest of honor, esteemed editor of the book released today, Professor Felix Wilfred, dignitaries of the dais, distinguished professors, scholars, and my dear beloved students. I deem it a privilege to have been given this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks at this academically enriching function. First of all, may I extend sincere thanks to our chief guest, His Excellency the Governor of Tamilnadu, the Chancellor of the University of Madras, for graciously accepting our invitation to come and release this Oxford Handbook of Christianity in Asia. Sir, your presence here encourages the academic community to commit itself for producing socially relevant knowledge, as Professor Felix Wilfred has done and continues to do. And your words have given us an important message that every religious tradition has to learn from one another in a dialogical manner so as to bring peace and harmony to the wider society. On behalf of the distinguished guests gathered here, I express my heartfelt thanks to you. Thank you, sir. I am very glad to thank Professor R. Thandavan, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Madras, for presiding over this function. Sir, on this occasion, we gratefully acknowledge your valuable achievements for our beloved university. Appointment of 94 faculties, getting NAC accreditation at A level, regular conduct of convocations, creating new departments to meet the needs of the time, and many more. I take this opportunity to thank also for the good role you played along with Professor Felix Wilfred to make our Department of Christian Studies a regular department. For all these, and in particular for the good message you gave us that religions can be a blessing to humanity. I express a hearty thanks to you, sir. Thank you. It is my joy to thank His Eminence Oswald Cardinal Gracious for gracing this occasion with his presence and giving us an inspiring message that different religions have more in common than differences. Your Eminence, we are aware that you, as a member of the Council of Cardinal Advisors to the Pope, and with many more Asian and Indian level responsibilities, have made very special effort to spare time and energy for coming over to this function. We are very grateful to you. Your presence here as the President of the Federation of Asian Bishops Conference is very meaningful when a Handbook of Christianity in Asia is launched. On behalf of the Department of Christian Studies and the University of Madras, I extend my hearty thanks to you. Thank you, Your Eminence. I have great joy and happiness to thank our esteemed Professor Felix Wilfred, whose lifetime commitment to study and research has yielded the fruit of this monumental volume. We congratulate you and thank you for producing this handbook to help us have a new understanding of the presence and contributions of Christianity as part of the life world of the people. Professor, we are proud of your achievement and thank you for serving our department as HOD, our School of Philosophy and Religious Thought as chairperson, and our university in many capacities. On behalf of all the distinguished guests gathered here, I extend great appreciation and thanks to you. Thank you, Professor. Finally, my sincere thanks to all the distinguished guests this evening. Our beloved Registrar, Controller of Examination, Deans, Directors, Syndicate members, members of Academic Council, principals of different colleges, HODs of departments, scholars and friends who have come to share the joy of this function and to appreciate Professor Felix Wilfred. I take this opportunity to thank also all those who were instrumental in organizing this function. Our former student, Mr. Rosaiah, for his very vital role, and our present students and all who made this function possible. Thanks to the friends from media and to the technicians who provided sound, light and a beautiful hall to organize this function. Thank you one and all and wish you a pleasant evening. Thank you so much.